is the Champions League qualification spots. And we know that on the assumption that Arsenal and Man City are two who are going to be guaranteed, and also on the assumption that we get 5 spots in the Premier League this season, we can rank 1, 2 and 3 who are the most likely teams to get Champions League. You can have your own... As in to finish in the other 3 spots.
Okay.
Right.
So let's say there's 5 spots. 2 are taken up by City and Arsenal. Who is taking up the other 3 spots? Because at the moment on points,
City first.
On the point, yeah. At the moment on points, there are basically 4 or 5 candidate teams.
Which are?
You've got United, Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, and on points Brentford. I can't not mention them because they've been so good this season. You can say it's unlikely, but I'd say, let's say, out of them 6 teams, 1, 2, and 3, not necessarily in order 3rd, 4th, 5th. We can even do it that way. Who's most likely to finish in the top 4?
I think
top 5. Sorry.
And then before I give my answer, smash the likes. But I think it's going to be Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea. That's a 3 going through.
I think it's going to be Chelsea, Villa, and United.
Interesting.
Wait, hello?
Not necessarily in that order.
What about my team?
No, I don't. Yeah, you showed yesterday you're not up for it.
Wow, is that your feeling now?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing is, I think Liverpool, if I was to put them in my front, if in my 3,
don't say it.
They would be I think they would be the most teetering 50-50 to not be in there.
No, wait, hold on.
I really do think so, because I'm confident we can finish 3rd and we will finish at least 4th. So that's us.
Oh, well, you
right?
won't finish 3rd. You finish 4th.
I think
5th.
No, if we will finish 3rd, is a different story. But I think we can finish 3rd because so much stuff is in our favour at the moment. 1 game a week, no Europe, fit squad, not too many injury issues, not too many players who get recurring injuries. Bruno Fernandes exists in our midfield, which is obviously a massive boost. I think we're favourites to finish 3rd. But obviously, I know I'm a United fan. You can say what you like about that.
I do think that they've got a bit of momentum now. They're believing in themselves.
Snow's going to settle
Bruno's
soon.
playing really well.
But I don't know how much of it is a manager balance. How much of it is just our players are just good.
Not good. Who's good? I told you there's only 2 players from that Man United team I'll take. Only 2 players. Other than that, the rest of the team is all right, you know. But right now it's the new manager hype. Everyone's excited, you know. New manager, I need to play good. I need my spot. That's what happens when new managers come in.
Right.
Look at Chelsea.
So who do you think in the United squad then is playing better than they normally do, or like better than they've previously shown?
Maybe different position change for Bruno. That's amazing. I've always thought Bruno was sick anyway. That position change is sick. Bringing in Kobe back probably. You switch up the your AFCON players come back. Switch it up a go.
Yeah.
In terms of your question, like I said, I'm going with those 3 as they are now, but maybe not in that order. So apart from Arsenal, Man City, you've got Villa, United, and Chelsea that occupy 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
For me, it's Chelsea and United will get in, and I think it's between Villa and Liverpool. I really do.
Yeah.
Is everyone going to scratch me off, or is
so you're taking Chelsea out?
So you said no Villa, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm saying no.
He's saying you said no Villa. You said United, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Who are you taking out of then?
I think it's hard.
Because Villa, they got
but I just don't trust. I mean, you guys know my thoughts on Unai Emery. I just don't trust him when push comes to shove.
You're only 3 points behind them.
Only 3 points behind them.
I know, but no, I think we'll
games
finish
to
above
go.
Villa. I think we'll finish above Villa. As I said, I think we'll finish 3rd, and then it's about do Villa fall off enough to go below Liverpool.
We're going above you.
Whatever, man.
We're definitely not going above Man United. 100%. I told you what was it? 5 points.
No way.
5 points is nothing. 5 points is nothing. Trust me.
You ain't doing it.
Say that every week.
One game a week. 1 game a week. Like it's such an unfair advantage
for Man United.
5 points.
Yeah. In the way that like you all have 2 games a week. You got FA Cup. Like we got ourselves knocked out of every single tournament. That we're now just chilling.
You happy about that?
Huh?
You happy about that?
No, I'd rather watch my team. I'm suffering from a lack of Carrick ball, man. I'm stood there scratching like this. But anyway, so you think potentially no Villa. I'm gonna go no Villa as well. Actually, I think it might come down the final day, and then you said no Liverpool to get in.
Liverpool, no.
It's my boys. Manchester United.
Oh, you want to?
I want to know.
So
I want to.
You want me to stop talking about the champions elect so we can talk about a team that?
We've just spent 45 minutes on your team. Liverpool.
Let's talk about Man
United versus.
But wait, I got a question for you. Before you start, I got a question for you. I'll ask you this couple.
By the time I start, I'm gonna have to do the outro.
I'll ask you this question a couple games ago.
Yeah.
If Carrick makes top 5, keep him.
And I'll give you the same answer I gave you a couple days ago. So a couple of weeks ago, sorry, I said if Michael Carrick can get us like what 5th, 4th, 3rd or something, and then he says he wants to be considered for the job, he should be considered for it alongside all the others. There should never be a scenario where we go, if you win enough games, you're clearly better than Nagelsmann, you're clearly better than Ancelotti, you're clearly better than Tuchel. Because that's an insane way of thinking about hiring someone.
Like, I've never seen like in my football years.
It's not really insane. I'll tell you.
But in the way it's I mean.
His first 2 games is probably the biggest games I've seen a new manager have.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's crazy. And he's continued.
Carrick's been phenomenal, right? He's been absolutely brilliant. And what I'm saying is, so before we hired him, it was, right, get him till the end of the season and then find a new manager. And then he's come in and gone, I'm a great manager. But he came in with the expectation that he's leaving. And so what Gary Neville said the other day when he's talking about United, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Gary Neville said, people in the club have said to me that if Carrick wants to be considered, he has to tell the club that he wants to be considered, and then they will consider him.
If he continues on this path, and obviously he's winning every game, he's not going to win every. But say you finish in the top 4, and or maybe even higher. Who knows?
Well, but my position, like, you can laugh at it or not, but I think we're going to finish third. I'm letting you know my expectations. Right. I think we can finish third.
Right. Okay. So say you finish third. Yeah. I mean, that would be a hell of an achievement. What I'm saying to you is you might want to think again about bringing in somebody new when a guy's just come in like this and shown that he can improve the team to that level. So it's a bit like previous jobs I've worked in where they've advertised a position, they put somebody in situ, that person's done so well in the job that they thought, you know what, we don't really need to hire from outside. So yeah, what do you think about that?
No, I agree, but what I'm saying, and I think we're slightly saying the same thing in the way that I think that should be taken into account, but there should not be any sort of like black and white. He does well enough to get the job, or he doesn't. I think what he should do. His ceiling should be being considered.
Business is a game of risk, right?
What's
more of a risk? Staying with the devil that you do know, or meeting a new devil.
Well, but okay, but also, what's more?
Yeah, that's why I use that analogy.
What's more or less of a risk? Hiring someone who's been managing the Premier League for 5 months, or someone that's successfully managed it by like Bayern Munich and possibly Germany as well.
Yeah, managing Bayern Munich.
Nagelsmann is a much more experienced manager.
You can manage Bayern Munich. Anyone managing Bayern Munich is totally different than coming to Man United. He's got different problems at Man United, and there's different problems that can he even manage it at Man United. Carrick is calm. He's settled the ship. He's actually calm and done well. I actually applaud what he's done. I actually like Michael Carrick as a football player. Anyway, he's a sick football player. So I've always rated Michael Carrick. But you should, if you know what he's capable of, you got to stay with him. Ride with him until the end. What, you're going to get, thank you for your job, mate. Bye-bye. Get someone new in. Mm-hmm. Someone that has to learn the job. Someone that has to learn the players, learn the staff, learn about Manchester. But you got someone that's there already.
I do agree.
Since he's managed Michael across Carrick, 2 spells, he's unbeaten.
Michael Carrick, and also, by the way, the caliber of manager he's beaten has been insane. Is Arteta twice. He's, I think, drew with, was it Antonio Conte's Chelsea or Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. He beat Unai Emery at Villarreal. He's beaten Pep Guardiola now. He's also beaten, Thomas Frank's, meh. And then a very good Marco Silva. Like, Marco Silva's a great manager. Fulham are flying at the moment. Marco Silva's a very good manager.
Yeah, but you just said great. He's not
okay, great, very good, whatever. Marco Silva is a Premier League level manager, right? And then if anyone's a Premier League level manager, that makes him a good manager.
No way.
100%. But regardless, Fulham have done very well.
Would you say Sean Dyche is a good manager?
Sean Dyche
or Rob Edwards?
Not as good as Marco Silva. Not close.
But anyway, he's not great. I had to pick you up on that.
There's only 2 great managers in the league. One's Pep and Slot.
Michael Carrick is showing himself to be an incredibly competent, fantastic, tactically astute manager. Yeah? And it's the kind of guy that we want. And he's also someone who knows the club. Pressure means almost nothing to him because this is a guy that's won multiple Premier League titles, Champions League and stuff. And the way he plays as well is just so like calm, composed, and that's how he is as a bloke.
But I do think that FJ makes a good point. If he's doing well in the job and you got somebody right there, then it would kind of seem a little bit pointless to go across the world, get somebody, and start all over.
Yeah,
again.
but I would rather wait to see what actually happens
Yeah,
than
I can
give any
see that
sort
as well.
of
I
yes
can
or
see
no
that as well.
verdict. So it's what I'm saying. I think we can finish third, and if he does that, then he should be sat there. In you know in them like old school interviews where you'd have like the 5 interview candidates sat in a room. They get called in one by one. Michael Carrick should be on that bench as a genuine candidate for the Manchester United manager position. But there shouldn't be a world where we go, if you win enough games, the job's yours.
No, but the difference is
that's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think if there is other candidates on the bench, Michael Carrick has to be first, and is either.
Yeah, he can maybe be the preferred candidate.
But it's either
in the same way
they
Solskjaer
have
was
to-
the preferred candidate for
if he makes
the
fourth,
flipping job.
even if Carrick goes fourth, or if Carrick makes Champions League, I think he deserves that job.
No, fair enough, and that
100%.
is also a
No,
that's a
but
very
Dylan is
reasonable
right. You've got to do
position.
your due diligence and
Yeah.
see what else is
I'm
out
saying,
there.
I'm saying that there's no point in sacking off talking to the others just because Carrick does well. That's what I'm more trying to say. Solskjaer, right, was the initial favourite candidate and United's favourite candidate to get the job right now. They then talked to but they still talk to Carrick. They still talk to Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Do you
They
like
still
Solskjaer
talk to
as a
Carrick.
manager?
Solskjaer?
Yeah, do you like him as a manager?
Yeah, I think he's a good manager.
Good at what? I don't like.
He's a great like his qualities. His qualities
Nearly
as
said
a
great again.
as a man manager.
At what? Like,
Did you hear that?
Man manager.
Your
He
last,
finished second and third in the Premier League.
your
You can't
last
do that
couple-
without being a good
your
manager.
last couple years, has anyone been a better manager than Van Gaal?